ladies and gentlemen, we've come to that portion of the program where it's time to find out what is on the mind of Dr. Jerry Graham, the world's most educated wrestler. So we take you to his own feature of championship wrestling. Here's Dr. Jerry Graham along with his special guest, the Wild Polynesian Man, in Graham's Gallery.
Welcome, fans, to another edition of Graham's Gallery. As you can see, a little extra treat for you people out there in television land. Dr. Graham has wore his graduation cap and gown, adding to my diplomas, signifying what a truly educated man I am. And this is what makes me the foremost authority on wrestling, the fact that I participate in wrestling, the fact that I participate in the school. I know things that you don't know. I know words in my vocabulary, my sesquipedalian vocabulary, verbal dexterity at its finest you couldn't possibly comprehend. But we're not here to talk about what a great person I am, because modesty is my greatest virtue. What we're here to really talk about is a new addition to the WWA, a man who I personally helped bring over from the South Pacific. My guest today, first to be known as the Wild Polynesian Man. And I'd like to welcome you to the WWA.
Right on, man. You know, Graham, I know who you are. You're a very educated man.
Thank you.
You're a very smart man. But let me tell you something. I'm going to read this press right in front of everybody. Everybody. I'm the greatest. I'm the Polynesian man. Let me say something. I don't let my mouth write any check without body can cash.
Makes a lot of sense.
If any wrestler think he's good enough to get in the ring with the Wild Polynesian man.
Well, I notice you're a very determined person. You might not be highly educated like me, but then again, from the research I've done on you, you got your education in Samoa, right? In the streets of Samoa. You had to fight to eat. You came up the hard way. And then,
You better believe it. When I come here, I'm gonna just stop everybody gets in my way. I'm the greatest.
I understand.
I'm the greatest.
Yes.
And nobody's gonna get in my way.
I won't get in your way.
Nobody. Nobody. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest.
Well, obviously he's the greatest now. Excuse me. Furthermore, I want to say one thing. I've noticed you, some of the films you got in from Hawaii, from Samoa, from the Fiji Islands. You have, without a doubt, to be the master of the maneuver known as the superfly.
I'm trapped all over the world.
Now, we've got a Mexican here named El Becerro that thinks he's the master of the superfly, but I've got a feeling that you're going to replace him real quickly in the WWA. I want to thank you for being my guest. We're about out of time. I hope to have you on again in the near future. Good luck in your career.
Ladies and gentlemen, the match, the first time Chris Carter met Man Mountain Tyler.
Well, you know, Terry, this is going to be very unusual, and I'm glad that the people will finally get an opportunity to see just exactly how Terry Tyler did get into the wrestling business. Very unusual. It's going to be very interesting for the people.
The special fans in the stands challenge with the great Wojo.
The other fights on today's telecast. I want this man right there to come up here. Now, you were here weeks ago. You came in last week. You didn't have your shot. Your name is Terry Tyler, correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, you're in from Detroit, Michigan. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any amateur background at all?
No, sir.
All righty. Go on in there, Mr. Tyler. You're going to have your opportunity at wrestling the great Wojo. Now, this man is Terry Tyler. The first time he came down here, I believe he said he hitchhiked. One of the fans took him home, gave him some bus money from Kokomo, Indiana. He went home to Detroit. He's going to have his chance now to wrestle Wojo. The man must pin Wojo for $10,000. Incidentally, this is the man I think you've been ducking.
Well, we don't duck anybody, but I want to remind the people that are impressed with his size, Wojo defeated Chris Taylor 5 times in the amateurs, and he will certainly have no trouble with Terry, whatever his name is.
All righty. The Dean, we're waiting for your signal to go ahead. The dean gives the signal, the okay. Terry Taylor, I don't know much about him. He's from Detroit, Michigan. The man's on welfare. He hasn't a job. He's been unemployed for some time. And the fans have wanted Wojo to wrestle him for a great time. The reasoning? Every time he stepped to the ring, maybe it's due to his size, but Graham has said, well, that's it. We don't need to wrestle anymore. Time is to give up. We've got to go. We've got another match. He's always had, what I might add, a valid excuse. Well, Wojo is showing that he can take this man. In fact, he has Terry Tyler roll over, and he possibly could have a pin here. There, it's almost over. No, he's still rolling. Terry Tyler's a big man. I don't know how much he weighs. The only thing we know is that I've allowed this man to wrestle because the fans demanded it, and I believe Graham has been ducking him. And he's getting his chance now. Now, when Wojo disposes of him, we have about 6 more fans in the stands to come in and wrestle the great Wojo. So stay with us. This is the $10,000 challenge match. Terry Tyler at 5 minutes. Oh my! Wojo had his arms around him. And now, fans, Tyler showed a little strength and just broke the hold. I can tell you this, Tyler has no wrestling experience. We've seen over the weeks a few guys come in here that do have wrestling experience. Amateur backgrounds, and they've tried to take Wojo, and in fact a few of them have lasted the 5 minutes. Tyler, as we can see, has no skill at all. In fact, it doesn't seem he knows how to even brawl or move with any agility in the ring. The man is inept at wrestling, but he's giving his best shot. Wojo now, fans. I better check the time with our timekeeper, Harry Black. How much time remaining, Harry? Remaining. 2 minutes. Oh my! Terry Tyler has the man in a bear hug. A devastating bear